Well, you know what? We had a good start of the game and then a couple untimely penalties and then give up a 3-2 late to make in the first. So, you know what? We just came in, settled down, regrouped. Not that we made any changes. We just come in and reset.
Darryl, we talked about it from the start. You guys making it hard for other teams to come in here, and you're certainly doing that now for the most part, huh?
You know, we're still trying to play a complete game. We're coming off a game where we didn't, and the game prior to that where we had to score 5 goals in the third period, which you're not going to do very often or ever again. So we're still trying. We got a lot of work to do with guys in terms of getting their individual games to where they have to be for us to be successful.
But that home record is pretty impressive right now.
You know what? I couldn't care less about it. The way the schedule is, I don't even know if we're at home. I thought it was an afternoon game. Just looked at my clock. I thought it was figured I got out of here and get there before we set the clock set. I could have supper.
You only played Ellerby 7 minutes and 42 seconds in the first 40. You got a little bit more time in the third. Is he in danger of losing a spot in the lineup?
We don't look at it like that. We look at the team we were playing has some significant offensive weapons that you have to. We're not going to put a young player in that position. So it was nothing to do with how Keaton played or what you're saying. You're trying to be very critical of a young player that we're trying to make a better player.
You guys are one of the biggest teams in the league anyway, but how much is it to take advantage of that against a smaller team like Calgary?
They got great skill up front and very mobile defense. When you take Giordano and Bouwmeester as a pair, and then you put Butler and Weidman, you know what? Do games played, do all that stuff. It's got nothing to do with size. It's got to do with that. I just said they have some high-end offensive players, and you got guys like Jerome and Cammy and you know what? They're awesome offensive guys. So you got to try and get right guys on the ice against them. Simple.
What do you think of Quick tonight?
I thought he was smothered pucks, and there was not anything that was. I guess the best way in hockey terms, he covered everything really well.
Guess what were you most happy with over the final, 40 minutes of the game? What was the team doing that you were quite pleased with?
We won the second period. I think we won. It was 1-0. That's what I was most pleased with.
It's been a pretty good offensive week for this team. Is the team getting better chances, better grade A chances more gradually as the season has gone on?
I don't think so.
Just burying the chances?
Yeah. I mean, our defense involved a little bit more, but I don't think that. I mean, we're not getting any more chances. I said it. How many times you guys keep asking the question? Every time you don't score, you're offensively challenged. You're challenged. We're scoring. We break it down and by who we play. Certain home road, things like that, lines, all that stuff, and we still have some guys that are offensively challenged. Quite honest.
With that big lead you had, you expect it to be an extra chippy start to the next one with back-to-back against the same team?
I don't think so. That's not, quite honest, that's not their style and that's not ours. I mean, how you win games is not retaliating and looking for something extracurricular, and that's not the game we play. We're going to have our heads set around trying to play a disciplined, hard game.
You expect Jeff Carter to score every game?
Yep. Why not? Somebody asked the other day about my city's money. Leads the league in game winners. Do I expect them to do it every game? Yep, that's how we can win every game.
Clifford was chipping in with some offense in the early part of the season, then some fights here more recently. Thoughts about him taking on more of a physical role?
That's how Cliffy plays. I don't think he's taking it on. I think historically that's his game, right? We're not looking for physical roles. Got nothing to do with fighting. Zero, quite honest.
So how close are you right now, do you think, to being where you want to be as a team?
Got lots of work to do. As a team, you know what? Individually, we got lots of improvement to do. If you break it down by position, by who plays with who, all those things, they got lots of work to do.
Is this the best you've seen Voynov play so far in his young career?
Well, I think in the playoffs last year was quite a bit better. You're just, again, just going looking at stats is what you're doing. It's about what you got to do to win games.
What do you remember about Kelly Rudy when you see you?
I coached him his last year.
That's right, San Jose, huh?
Yep. And him and Verney, Mike Vernon, we were lucky to have two guys, right? They've been, hadn't been a very good club. And coming into that, they'd had Urbe in goal before that. Then they brought Kelly in, and then Verney in. And they were both older guys. And best thing about Kelly was a strong guy in the locker room. You know, he was at the end of his career, so he obviously I never seen him when he was at his best on the ice. But he was an awesome guy in the room. He could have been captain of the team. You can't say that about many goalies, right? And that was the strength. He was still a voice of reason, and he was still really good with young players. And so that's the number one thing. I always said that the reason we made the playoffs that first year in San Jose when I went there my first year was because of Mike Vernon and Kelly Ray.
One of the class acts in the game, right?
Cool. He's an awesome guy. Good family. You know, he lives in Calgary, so it's not like he's gone away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Good to see him. It's another good deal, right?
Do you even look at the standings? The teams are so bunched so closely. You just worried about winning, or do you know now that your team is fourth in the conference?
Actually, I think we started the game at 9th or 10th, didn't we?
Seventh.
7th. I think by the time the game started, we weren't. So, it's going to change, right? Every day it's going to change. Shorts, tight thing. It's the difference between running the mile 3. It's running 3.5 furlongs. This is a little shorter. Ain't too many corners to go around. It's just one, and get your friggin' nose up there and get running again.
So this isn't baseball, but it might be horse racing.
It's a 48-game schedule, so you know what? I can tell you I did it before, and nobody else can. So I know how hard it is for the players. They're wore out after every game, just the way the schedule is. And the guys that travel with us know that also, right? And by the time I get on the plane, you guys are already sleeping. So must be hard. Games must be hard on them too.
But you guys want to be a horse for courses, though, right? And make sure you take care of this.
It's not easy. You need lots of guys, and you train. The big thing we talked about is energy, and when you don't practice, when you have such a young team, most nights we're the youngest team. I think every game we played, we're the youngest team that's out there. So you have kids that, without practice, it's got to be just about their mental, how they got to play the game once, and then go play it. And if they don't, then they have trouble.
You talk about guys being tired. There's some fresh legs there in Brad Richardson. Any chance that he gets into the lineup at any point?
Yeah, there's a chance.
Anytime soon?
There's a chance.
A good chance?
A good chance.
Nice. I was going to say, nice to have such a young team, though, with already a Stanley Cup behind you.
Not a lot of these guys, quite honest. You can't. You get 7 or 8 guys that haven't even played a playoff game in their career. So.
Mike Richards is fine.
Pardon?
Is Mike Richards fine?
I don't know. Did you talk to him?
No, I didn't see him there.
Played in the third.
I saw.
It's not a question that I'm going to answer, right?
Is Darryl Sutter fine?
I'm good.
Yeah?
You gotta set your clocks ahead.
You lose an hour of your life tonight.
Busy day.